The Bride's Dracula, but there ain't no Dracula in this movie. 0 out of 10, don't recommend.
Silence!
Okay, I'm kidding. Okay, well, I'm not a fan of Dracula not appearing in this one. I don't mind checking this one out and seeing what this one's about. En route to Transylvania to take up a position at a school, French school teacher Marianne Danielle, played by Yvonne Monlor, gets left at in by her coach driver, played by Michael Ripper. There, she meets the Baroness Meister, played by Martita Hunt, who allows her to stay at her castle for one night, but warns her not to go near her son, who is said to be insane and is kept confined. Later that night, Marianne sneaks out of her room and finds the Baron, played by David Peel, chained up, so she steals the key from Baroness's room and takes it to the Baron, who then frees himself and bites his mother. Yeah, the Baron is actually the Baroness's son. Marianne escapes, but eventually falls unconscious partway through. She is then found by Dr. Van Helsing, played by Peter Cushing, obviously, the only connection from this film and the previous film. He nurses her back to health and then escorts her to the school before visiting the funeral of a young girl who's been bitten on the throat by, well, a vampire. Anyway, Van Helsing and another doctor tries to persuade the girl's father from burying her, but he does not listen and she becomes a vampire. And her rising scene is somewhat creepy when the Meister's servant, Greta, played by Frida Jackson, encourages her and maniacally laughs. It's kind of creepy. Meanwhile, the Baron goes out to visit Marianne and proposes to her, much to the envy of the latter's roommate, Gina, played by Andrea Melli. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Anyway, a little while later, while Marianne is out of the room, the Baron goes to visit Gina and bites her. Here we go again, turning her into a vampire. Meanwhile, Van Helsing goes to Baroness Meister and stakes her, freeing her soul, because her vampirization was actually revenge for trapping her son. Kinda deserved, yet kinda not. The next day, Van Helsing orders that the corpse of Gina is to be guarded at a stable. Unfortunately, that night, Marianne is the unlucky one who's guarding the corpse, and when Gina awakens, she tries to bite her and claims that Baron is hiding at a nearby mill. Van Helsing narrowly manages to save Marianne, who tells her what Gina told her, and Van Helsing immediately heads to the mill, warning off both the brides, killing Greta, and getting into a short scuffle with the Baron, who bites him on the neck. Fortunately, unlike last time, I can finally say that Van Helsing doesn't turn into a vampire because it heats a metal tool in a nearby coal pit and puts holy water on his wound. He then heads to the top of the mill, moves the sail so that way the shadow surrounding Baron Meister is in the shape of the cross. Baron Meister eventually starts screaming in agony before eventually dying due to the exposure to the symbol. Overall, I'd say the acting is pretty good, the storyline is pretty good as well, but why put a Dracula movie under Dracula if he's not going to appear? Overall, I'll rate this movie a 7 out of 10. Go check out if you wish, just don't expect Dracula to be in it though.